Dennis, thank you. A nightmare day here in Kansas City for the 49ers. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo carted off the field in the fourth quarter with what they believe is a knee injury, and the Niners are bracing for the worst.
All right, it's a knee. I know we're fearing ACL. We'll find out for sure tomorrow. It's part of the NFL season. That's what you have to do. And we all feel for Jimmy. There's no doubt about it. We dealt with this with our running back 2 days before the season started too. So this is part of the NFL. We're not the first team this has happened to. So we'll next guy up.
My perspective was the ref should have thrown a flag on that play. To me, he was already going out of bounds, and like I said, it was kind of tough. I didn't know it was ACL until you guys just told me right now. I thought it was a shoulder. So hopefully, he'll be all right.
Yeah, I just talked to him, in the training room, and told him I'd be praying for him and that I love him, and he told me to lead these guys. So
the 49ers will turn to C.J. Beathard at least for next week. Beathard's only pass attempt today should have gone for a touchdown.
Just keep these guys together, keep leading them. There's going to be every opportunity in the world for guys to, be mad or down about certain things, but we got to keep the morale and stay positive and move on to the next week and get a win next week.
CJ's a gamer. Everyone in here has a ton of respect for CJ, how he handles himself. He's a man out there, and he's a very good quarterback, and fortunate to have him.
CJ's going to step right in, and we all have the utmost confidence in him, and he's going to ball out. I mean, CJ's biggest strength that he's a winner, and he's the most competitive person I've ever been around in the locker room. Doesn't matter what it is. He's going to do everything he can to win.
Lost in the Garoppolo news were the 3 touchdowns the 49ers defense allowed in the first half to Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has 13 touchdowns through 3 games. That is an NFL record.
Yeah, well, like the one play that I taught Patrick how to do, that one where he rolled out and threw it. Yeah, I taught him how to do that one.
I'm really proud of the guys because they showed some resiliency in the second half. Kept fighting, and you got to respect that. You can look in the mirror at the end of the day with that.
I mean, yeah, if you look at the second half, it shows that we're a lot better team than what the score shows. So, of course, there's a silver lining, and we got a long way to go to get better. But I feel like if we can get to that point, we're going to be a hard team to beat in this league.
So the Niners head to L.A. next week, taking on the Chargers, and they'll be without Jimmy Garoppolo, which means it's C.J. Beathard, who was 1-4 in his 5 starts last season. I'm Tom Martin in Kansas City. Dennis?
Tom, thank you. More on the injury front. Richard Sherman suffered a calf injury. He will have an MRI tomorrow. He was reportedly in a walking boot after the game. Adrian Colbert and Jimmy Ward also left with injuries. But, of course, the massive blow was the $137 million man. Alongside is Channel 5 football analyst Tank Williams to break down the Garoppolo injury. First, take us through the play, Tank. You've had an ACL tear. It looked like he was trying to stay in bound, but it looked like the injury happened before the hit.
Yeah, the injury happened before the collision. You can see his knee give way, and that's just one of those tough injuries. I suffered 3 ACL injuries during my NFL career, and it's a tough road back. I mean, these guys, they had 5 wins in a row to finish 2017. So much promise coming into 2018, and then he goes down this early in the season. So it's going to be tragic for this team, but now C.J. Beathard, all these other guys need to be able to step up and carry the torch forward. Okay, the MRI is tomorrow to confirm what the 49ers fear is the ACL. But given your unfortunate experience with that type of knee injury, what would we be looking at for Garoppolo here? So he's going to have a long timeline, and there may be a period where, the knee is just stabilized where he can't really do too much, but then he's going to slowly get back into activity where he can run, start throwing, doing drills and things like that. So I think once you get into the summer OTAs, mini camps, that's when we'll see Jimmy G back on the field. And hopefully, since it happened early in the season, he'll be back to full being able to compete fully once the season starts for 2019. But one good thing that Niners fans can look at, Tom Brady, his mentor, had a similar injury early in a game, a few years back, and then he came back and won some Super Bowls, so there's still hope. Yeah, exactly. Now they go to take on the San Diego, L.A. Chargers, with C.J. Beathard at quarterback. Now, Richard Sherman had a calf injury. He's got an MRI tomorrow, so conceivably, you could have lost the defensive leader and the offensive leader of your football team. How will you think, and who has to step up for the 49ers to respond in a positive way? Everyone needs to step up. Everyone needs to step up and make plays. And I think that's what we saw a glimpse of that at the end of this game. C.J. Beathard goes in and he throws the touchdown to Kittle. And then you also see
that called back.
Yeah, it got called back, but then at least he made a good throw. And then you see the secondary. The secondary went in and they limited Kansas City to 3 points in the second half, and that's a high-octane offense. So to be able to hold them down like that, I mean, that gives them a little momentum going into next week.
All right, Tank Williams, thank you very much.